Hey, this is Gavin Mountford here, and welcome to the fourth mastermind call for Team 2. Things are picking up. We're moving forward fast. We're already into what is essentially the third 10-day sprint as part of the academy, and obviously we had the prepare and practice at the start as well. So right now we're moving into the connecting module, which is mastering the connection method, which is all about making new friends online and through Facebook and social media and various different channels. And obviously, you're building your communities, your Facebook groups, you've got people coming into that group, into the group, but at the same time, you still want to be widening your the horizons and meeting new people around Facebook and social media to connect that you can then feed into your community. So this module that has been released today, which hopefully everybody who started start of January should have access to, we'll go into detail about the connection method. And I talk about attraction marketing friends, where people come to you rather than you chasing them. And I also talk about how you can make friends and meet like-minded individuals by meeting people that have been commenting under posts or in different groups or different events, etc. So it's the third step of the 6 steps. So create content, capture leads, connect with your prospects. And it all just stacks up and adds on one after the other, after the other, after the other, until you've got the whole picture. So whilst you're connecting, which is going to be the target for this week, you might want to set a target or a goal to connect with a certain amount of people every week or for the 10 days. So let's say the 10 days you wanted to connect with 50 new people. That would be your goal for 10 days. Reverse engineer that, figure out how many people that is a day. So you connect with 5 people a day, 5 people a day, 5 people a day, make 5 new friends a day. Eventually that builds up to 50 new people in 10 days, and then you just repeat that process. 5 is pretty manageable. 10, it starts to get a bit harder because obviously you're having a conversation with people, but 5 is pretty manageable. And also, whilst you're speaking with people in your Facebook group as well, and you're having a conversation with those people, you're going to have backwards and forwards communications with those as well. What I've said in the mini goals video that you'll go through is it counts for people that are inside your group already, and it also counts for people that are not in your group. So let's just say you made 3 friends that from other groups and other posts, and then 2 friends inside of your group. That would be your 5 done for the day. So you'd hit your target and just build up until you hit your 10-day goal. So we're getting some great results within the communities. We're getting some people making sales. We're getting some people generating leads. We're getting some people getting engagement. A couple of people now are creating their own coaching because they want something extra in addition to their network marketing business or their primary opportunity. And I know Alenka's been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of brand merging, group name changes, which is something that I've been doing. I've been changing things slightly myself as well. And it's a journey. We change things, we modify things gradually as we go. So it's, I think Robin's been probably the most consistent person here. Consistent person that I know anyway. So, and it's paying off well. So both works, but I sometimes just like to tweak things slightly. So let's, I can see Victor's there as well. Just bring Victor on. Let's get started with the small little wins. Anything good that's happened, any questions that you've got, and what you would like to achieve for next week. So I'll start with Alenka, if that's okay.
Oh, well, as you said, I was tweaking again, and I really felt good about starting a new community. But then I had some second thoughts, so I canceled that community, or I will cancel it. I haven't. I want to, personally invite people over to my other group, because the first group that I have, it has almost 700 people there, and most of them are already introverted. So I started with that, and I got a pretty good engagement. So I was thinking more of continuing with that. But I see that as a really big win for me, because as you probably know, I'm overthinking and overcomplicating, and I tend to kind of put things off before I think them through, and I kind of jumped into this, and yeah, I made a mistake. It didn't feel right after all, but I did it. I went for it before I stopped myself of the thinking. So I had a webinar yesterday. I'm back to doing the weekly webinars.
Okay, great.
I haven't figured out completely the process of registering and how to keep it. In one way, I want to keep it public and open so more people will see it, and on the other hand, I want to kind of create an urgency, and so people register to get on my list. But I'm figuring this out, and I promoted 100 leads at the end of the webinar. So I had few people going to the capture page, but no one bought yet. I offered them a bonus of coaching with me if they buy it. So until the end of the week, I will promote in the group some more and send messages and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, right. Well, it's a I kind of see it as a learning process. So
well, the fact that you've been out there, you've done it,
yeah.
You've done the webinar. How many people did you get on the webinar?
I've got around 40 views, but I know that not all of them were watching, but I know that at least 10 were watching, the whole thing. So.
And was that a Facebook Live, or was that something different?
Yeah, Facebook Live. Yeah,
okay,
I
cool.
do Facebook Lives in the group, so it's the easiest. I see the comments and everything. It's not, something that they have to go somewhere else. So it works for me.
Well, good, great. And think about things like contests as well, and other little games that you can get your audience to play to in the comments to engage more. So obviously they see more of the content. But it's just doing the lives consistently, whether it's once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week. I think anything more than that, it becomes a bit of a challenge. Obviously promoting them, I see a lot of people promoting their live video like the day before, and just do a little bit of a build up to it to get people excited. And almost like a launch sequence that we did. You could even, depends how much time you've got ultimately, but you could even spend 2 or 3 days just ramping up. Make sure you're on, make sure you're on, make sure you're on. I'm going to be giving away a tip or a surprise or a bonus or a free coaching session for one person, something like that, if they stick around till the end.
I'm thinking more in the lines of breaking the content of the webinar. That's how I do things now, that I have a webinar on Monday, and then I reverse engineer it and, break it down into smaller chunks and, just lead to the webinar. So I give a bit of a content, what I will be talking on the webinar, and invite on the webinar. So, kind of tied it together.
Yeah, good. I guess I don't have that much experience with Facebook Lives because I've done some myself, but I haven't done enough to get enough growth for mine. So I don't want to give you specific advice on that. I just know with webinars, what I normally do is, if I want them to, there's a couple of ways. I mean, there's got to be urgency ultimately. If you take action within the next 24 hours, and you've got to be as strict as you can on it. Obviously, you can bend the rules if you want to, or do some kind of backhanders and say, oh yeah, I'll see if I can let you in, and then if you want to let them in later, you can, but give them that sense of urgency. Right now, if you purchase this product before midnight tonight and send me an email, you'll get a coaching session with me. Now, that obviously creates massive urgency, and people will then want to do that. However, in order to do that, you've got to make sure you've built up the value of your coaching in advance. You know, I charge X amount per hour, and you could either say it in, you know, I would do that a couple of days before or a day before, and just have your coaching packages on a page with your prices. And then when you give away a coaching session or a consultation, all of a sudden it's perceived as very valuable, and people will take action to buy whatever it is you're selling so they can get access to that higher valued coaching slot as well.
Yeah, I think that I don't have that much of the following that I can squeeze them into buy immediately, you know. I don't have that much viewers. It's different if you have hundreds of people watching you, and you know, then you have that percentage. But if you have 5 or 10, then it's,
yes,
you know, and those are the people that I already, some of them are already with me, and you know, that I talk normally outside the webinar. So I'm just trying to build the.
Well, think of this is a good idea, and this is something I used in an older group that I haven't used in this group. And Robin, this might work for you. It could work. Not that you need many more people joining your group because you'll be fully blown, but this could work for anybody. It's kind of like I used to call it the viral snowball method, and it was you would give away a free ebook or a free PDF or a free video, something that people want, but only if they add 3 more people. They add 3 of their friends to your group. So, hey, if I've got a copy of this great course or great product or great video or great ebook that you'll absolutely love, all you need to do is this. Step 1, well, ultimately whatever you want the steps to be, but step 1, something like add 3 new people, add 3 of your friends to this group who you feel would benefit from it. Number 2, send me a private message and let me know that you've added the people and you'd like a copy of it. And step 3, like this post or leave me a comment, something like that. So 3 steps. It's got to be something that people want. But then when you're doing your Facebook Lives, you can tell people to either share this. Let's see if we can get 2 shares today on this. You know, talk about the shares, just give value. Talk about the shares, just give value. And then you can also say, I mean, you could say if you share this, you'll get a free copy of my book, or you know, or my course, or my video. Or if you add 3 people to the group to follow along with this, as long as you know that they're going to benefit from it, I'll give you a copy. So it's just a way to, when you've only got a small audience, you've just got to figure out ways of getting the engagement and getting people to share it and getting people to add new people to your group so you can build your group faster.
Okay.
So that's a good way to do it. Also, what you could do is, and you probably saw the post that I posted before, and you may have commented on it in the group about the like the tribe working together in a small little group to get some more engagement. So just to get some more comments and engagement on your posts, which obviously in turn helps other people.
I already have that in some ways, you know. So I am with few people that we are commenting and liking on each other groups. So
cool.
That's I'm kind of already working. Maybe not in the full. Maybe I could do more, of course, always. But
well, we all could.
Yeah.
It's knowing when to stop, I think, is the hard bit.
Exactly. So yeah, and then I'm also starting the February Blitz with the girls. So
good.
That will be my main focus. I created a content for next 2 weeks, and we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, not completely. I left some of the things open.
Oh, so you've pre-created some of your content already?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I know I've created at the beginning of the year, I created a 3-month plan for the webinars. So I'm just, again, reversing and, you know, preparing the main points for the webinar and just writing a bit about that. So I will just do lives for the, of course, for the, you know, the stuff, the regular stuff. And
what kind of things are you teaching on the lives or sharing?
Because I'm doing it on my profile, I'm more about the mindset and things like that. I will go more about, I also talk about the branding and attraction marketing and law of attraction and productivity and things like that. So more of the general. I don't go specifically into the network marketing and online business, but I mention it and I invite people to join the group.
I think one thing that I've found is getting people as part of the cause, whatever it is you're doing, and getting people to follow along is quite a powerful thing. So if you've got like a 7-day challenge or a 7-day sprint or a 10-day sprint or a February focus, something like that, just gets people engaged in the process. And the more they're engaged in the process, the more they know they're going to learn something at the end of it. So it's kind of got a specific focus, and it just means that they comment on the post every day, or like as long as they're taking part in what it is. It could be a 10-day gratitude challenge where every day someone posts what they're grateful for under your content. It's interesting because the shorter you keep it, the better. 7 days, something like that, 10 days max, because people drop off quite quickly, and then you end up with nobody on. And one thing that I've found, and Robin, I'm sure you'd agree with this as well, is people's commitment on Facebook is not real. You get a lot of people committing, yes, I'm in, I'll do it, I'm part of it, I can't wait, it's exciting. And then the next day, they're not even there, they're not even doing it, they're not showing up. And it's so easy to say yes. And people say it to so many different people about so many different things, they forget what it is that they're saying yes to. So unless you're in their face constantly, it's an interesting thing. I had 50 people comment on the 10-day content creation sprint that I'm doing on the fan page. 50 people commented on that yesterday, and I posted today asking a question about it to see where people were going to be posting. So just out of interest, where are you going to be posting your content? And I think I've had 2 people comment. So it's a really weird. It could be the time of the day. It could be the fact that it's on the fan page. It could be people just didn't see it. So it's very hit and miss often, and it's finding the patterns and the pathways that work consistently. But yeah, to anybody, don't get disheartened if people say yes to things and then don't follow through. You just got to get a lot of people saying yes.
Yeah, the part of this three month plan that I have is I also plan to have every month a new challenge or something like you said. So I will be doing another live video challenge and content creation, or more freebie, so leading more into the funnel thing. So creating something to give away, or so. Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Cool, good. Well, it sounds like you're doing all the right things. It's just
in the group, I kind of it clicked everything. So I'm very active in the group. I have a lot of people following me now, and I see more engagement when I'm more engaged. But I need to with the February focus, I need to connect with people. I have like 200 people waiting for accepting their friend request. And
yes, I dread to think how many I've got,
because it's so overwhelming for me, to speak to them or being in the conversation all day. So yeah.
Cool. Well, good
That's
stuff.
my biggest
I'm
challenge
glad you've got your group
now.
sorted out, and congrats on doing your lives and getting some engagement. And it is just a step-by-step process. It's gradual, and you're doing all the right things. So keep going, and obviously if it gets to the point where you need help with anything, just let me know as well.
Of course.
Thank you for sharing. I will bring Robin on in a second. Just very quickly, I can see there's a couple of people watching. It says viewers 2, but I cannot see you. I can't seem to get to you to bring you over. I don't know why not. I'm not sure if you're on a different device that you don't normally use, or something weird's going on with the software. But if you do have any questions, just post them in the chat. I can see a couple of people keep coming on and dropping off, so who knows what's going on. So I'll go with Robin, then Norm, and then Victor. So I think that was the order you came on. So Robin.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing very good, thank you.
Well, my win is I am basically getting everything set for this February focus.
Yes.
Myself, Laura's been amazing actually. So the two of
Has
us
she?
have taken care of all that. So since you men left us, so we had to do it on our own.
So
All
let's
the
see
men left
see what
us.
you bring to the table. I know you can do a
Exactly.
lot of
So
good things.
I'm actually doing it technically 3 times because I'm doing it with World Ventures, MLSP, and then also in my group. I figured I might as well just reuse the content all over the place. So
Yes, very good idea.
you know,
Yeah, different audiences, different people, slightly different message.
exactly, yeah. So that's really what I've been working on, and I was very excited to have the Saturday to myself. To my husband took the son, and I created content all day. So my February content is finished. So now I can focus on the focus.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you create your content, how much do you create? How many? So have you got like six posts times 30 or something like that?
Well, I have 3 posts for Instagram every day, 2 tip, and then 2 inspirational posts. And then in my group, I have 5 scheduled every day. Now, the questions are just, I have a list of like 100 questions. I just keep recycling them. So
Okay.
that's really easy to do. And then my theme is one of them. So that doesn't change every week. I just, schedule it out for the week. My inspirational posts are the same ones that are on Instagram, but a different day. I just rotate through those a couple. And then it's usually, and then my actual value post is usually what takes the longest.
And you write that in advance normally, and then you
Yeah.
did 30 of those, or
I did 25 of them. I was already on the 25th already, so I got through to actually March 2nd, really.
well, my goal is to get myself as organized as you with the content creation. you're the person I aspire to be with that. So I'm working on it. I'm getting better at it.
I would say you write long. I don't write as long as you
yes,
do. So.
I think that's part of my issue.
You need to break yours up.
No, and I mean, basically, what I could do is do what Neil does and what a couple of other people do, and write, because I'm going to write a blog post every day, or 5 times a week. But I could take one of those posts that maybe has 7 points in it, and then use one of the points each day. So you've got like 7 days worth of content.
I just wrote that in my group yesterday, actually.
Where did that come?
Write a blog post and then take bits of it and put it for tweets or for Instagram or for
Where did you
Facebook.
get that from? Was that just in? You learn that from somewhere?
I think it was in one of your training. I pulled it out of my memory, so it came from somewhere.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, it possibly was something that Neil said and something that I'd mentioned before. Sometimes I forget what I teach. So
I don't know.
I don't forget what I teach. I know it, but you know what I mean.
Where it came from? Yeah, I was saying. I don't know where it came from.
Hey, where's Digokwe is normally on this call, isn't he?
Yeah, usually is.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him actually today, so check that he's all right, because I didn't see a message from him. Cool. Okay, so you've done the same challenge 3 times in 3 different groups, or with three different businesses. I think that's a great idea and a great way to kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because I figured my focus is going to be the focus, so I thought I didn't want my group to get a little quiet. So I figured if I keep putting some stuff in there and them seeing me, oh, wow, look, she's, she sent, 10 invites out today, so maybe that's why she's not as busy, or, kind of still keep my group going, even though I won't be as visible in there as normal. So
it'd be interesting to get are you doing it in 3 lots of 10 days, kind of 3 mini, or is it just a long 30 days, or?
Yeah, it's just the February focus. So it's just the 28 days, nothing really, specific or anything. And I have it set up. I don't know if you saw the post, because I put it in the group.
Yes.
I have it set up, number of presentations you do, or number of invites, number of presentations, number of signups, and the number of follow-ups. And I have that set for each day.
Okay.
And I just said to people, just put whatever your number is, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It could be high, it could be low. It's personally for you, as long as you're doing it. I want you to hold me accountable, and I'm going to hold you accountable. So we'll see who joins me.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's it.
Like
I'll be interesting to find out who. I'll be interested to get your results, not your own personal action results, because I know you'll do what you need to do, but to get the feedback from how it's gone with the rest of the group and the rest of the team and the rest of the challenges that you're doing, because you'll definitely see people tapering off, and
Oh yeah.
it's just 30 days is, I mean, people do 90-day challenges as well, and originally we tried to do that 100 days with free members that weren't really committed, and that just did not work at all. People had dropped out before the 10 days. So I think there's so much distraction. People are so fragmented, got so many things going on, me included. We've all got a lot going on, and we need a lot of, in order to make something, it's got to be important to us, it's got to be relevant to us, it's got to tie in with what we're doing at the moment, and it's got to be in our faces constantly. Like every day there's got to be someone there shouting at you, do this, do this, do this. Except you can't shout at people because they're volunteers and they won't do it if you shout at them. So.
Well, I even saw that in my course. I mean, I had people pay money and, it was 4 weeks, 28 days, and we're in the last week, and I was looking, people commenting in the very beginning, everybody was commenting, and now there's like 5 or 6 left. So of like the 22 people that purchased it, 5 or 6, now maybe other people are watching and just not commenting on stuff, but I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
It's a sad thing, really. It really is. And I've sold coaching packages of like $3,000, and people have come along for 2 or 3 sessions when they've got like 20 or 30 sessions, and then they've dropped off, and I've never heard from them again. I've got numerous people that's happened, and it's such a shame. It really is. But yes, so I'm impressed that most people are doing pretty well in this program. Most people are sticking with it. Most people are taking action, because ultimately that's what we want. We want people to be getting results. I'm not just doing this for the money. I'm doing this because I want people to get results. I could sell coaching packages for 2,000 or 3,000 and not even do a group coaching call like this. But the reason that I do it, and the reason this is more interactive, is because I want to help people. I want to see people get the results that they want. And yeah, so it's quite frustrating sometimes from a business person's perspective for people not to take action. Anyway, thank you very much. Was there any questions you had, or everything?
Everything's going good. Yeah.
Everything good. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Well, thank you for sharing.
Sure.
I'll speak to you in a bit.
Bye.
All right, and I'll bring Norm on.
You can, there we go.
There you go.
I think I'm unmuted. Thanks, Gavin.
That's all right.
Well, I'll begin by saying my big win is being here this morning because every 2 weeks I have a mindset group that I'm a part of, and it's coaching and updating. And fortunately, they did adjust the schedule somewhat, that it starts and it's supposed to end 15 minutes before this session, and that's why I'm here in the parking lot. But it ran over a little bit, and I just barely made it. But I will say I've had a challenge. You were just talking about the distractions and different things. I've got basically, I'll say, almost, it seems like too many different mentorship programs that I'm a part of, learning. And so I'm in the process of wanting to narrow that down and really create more of a systematic approach to what I'm doing. So I've got to say, I've already got some good tips here just from listening with Robin, like what you shared, as well as Alenka. And I am definitely looking forward to this next 10 days. I still have some catch up to do on some of the other segments. I need to go back. I missed last week's live call, and I did not make the time yet to get back to that replay. So I will do that hopefully even today. But I think, well, one win I've had is I did finally launch and make it active one Facebook group for my network marketing team. I still want to do another one that will be more to engage and bring on new people. Yep. But just within the last few days, at least I've got that other one active. We've got a chat group that's been going, already for a while. that I am beginning to get gradually a little bit more engagement on, not to the extent that I want yet. And so I have a question. What for you, Gavin? What do you find, like with the group, is the engagement within the group page more effective than, say, the chat group? Like, I know you do some chat messages with us here, not all, mostly around, okay, reminder, it's Tuesday morning, we'll be connecting, I'll send you the link. But what would be your preference? That would be a question I'd have.
Good question, and congratulations on taking action and for getting one of the groups set up. It's a big win, definitely. What I've found is people can generally only focus in one place. There's a lot of groups that people are part of, and if I've got two groups or two pages or a chat and a group, or which I have, we've got several, and fortunately and unfortunately, all of different things. People tend to be most active in one place. What I normally do, the way that I've done it, what I've noticed is if I've got a group, I want the activity to be in the group, because I know that you can put files in the group, you can keep track of conversations, you can search to a certain degree. And if it's a public group or even a closed group, it can attract people. The more comments you get on the threads, the more people will see the group and will be attracted into it. So a group is great in that respect. A chat, if you've got 5 or 6 people, a chat will work absolutely fine as well, but you'll find that you probably won't get the conversation going on in the group. It'll just be in the chat. So that's why, I'm literally, because people send me questions through chat, people private message me questions, people put them in the group chat, and I always say, please put the question in the group so everybody can see the answer, not just a small percentage of people that see this, or one-on-one. So yeah, I mean, everything works. Like a fan page will work, or a group will work, and a chat conversation will work, but everything's needs to have like a different purpose or a different focus. So I just use the group chat, like the chat that we have, to deliver the link and any important thing that's specific to one group or one team. So this is a good example. Let's say you had a network marketing team and your group's got everybody in it, which is the same as the academy. The academy's got everybody in the academy in it, but there's 4 lots of 8 to 10 people. So I've got 4 teams. Team 1 that meets earlier today, team 2, which are you guys, team 3 straight after, and then team 4 on Saturday. So I've then got individual chats for each team. So if you've got 4 different leaders, 4 different teams in your big team, you could use the chats to deliver that message directly to them that may not mean anything to another group or another team. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That helps. And actually, what you just described is very much. I'm part of a leadership chat group connected with another Facebook group in my network marketing business that it's not my group. I'm a part of it, and it's got, I don't know, a few thousand members, I think. And then there's a chat group with some of the leaders in there, and the top leader in that group, he will often in the chat, if he gets a question, he'll do the same thing of what you just said. Please post that in the group. That way everybody sees it, everybody can learn and benefit from it. Yeah. So that's a good reminder. So you've answered a question of what I need to do going forward. And I also like what Robin was sharing in terms of scheduling a number of activities in advance rather than just being random. I guess one of the challenges I've had is I tend to be kind of on and off. I was doing a Facebook Live every day for over 4 months, and I've kind of dropped off of that now. But it partly the reason I dropped it, I was getting really kind of erratic with the time that it was happening, and I just wasn't getting the engagement and everything.
Yep.
So I need to get back a little bit more structure. So, but I'm definitely, you know, and I really appreciate what your comment too about the fact that we have some skin in the game here, that we've, you know, put a small financial commitment to this program, but that keeps me, you know, tending to show up. Now I've been like the others that you mentioned about putting money in and still not using the program, you know, and that doesn't do anybody any good. So I appreciate your sincerity about really wanting the results from us and for us, more than just, you know, us giving you $100 a month or whatever it is, you know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate that. Thank you. And it's it's very true. So scheduling content. If you've got a bit of time, once a week, you can write 7 days worth of posts. You know, one post, one value post, or one value and one engagement post, and then just have that go out consistently, because it looks like you're there. I mean, obviously you want to get into the group and engage with some of the members, but you can do that at any point, but at least it means that the content goes out at the same time. And also some people have got full-time jobs, so they're doing other things. They've got a little bit of, they've got 1 day a week, let's say, where they've got loads of time, and then they've got 6 days of the week that they've got hardly any time. So you can schedule the posts with software as well if you want to. So you can schedule the same time for it to go out each day. That would be probably a good idea. And also having a theme for the week. Create a theme that you want to write your posts around, and then, you know, for that week, all your content is based on a specific theme.
Terrific. Good. Appreciate that. Good learning. Thank you.
Cool. Pleasure. And yes, so definitely make it a goal to set up your prospect group. And hopefully you can take some of the things that you've learned with your network marketing group and implement it into the prospecting group, and then attract more people into that group, which you can then obviously bring in as team members, and then they can transition into your main group or your network marketing group.
Right. Good.
Cool. Good. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks again, Gavin.
All right. And any questions throughout the week, just post in the group and let me know.
Will do.
Okay. Cheers. Victor, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
How's things from?
Well, actually today I'm like a little sick. That's why I'm on this call today. Usually I'm at work.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, wasn't
I hope
sure.
you feel a bit better soon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it to the Saturday call this weekend, so I decided to hop on this one and just kind of like listen. But still, I'm kind of working. Like Monday, I got swamped again, and then I was going to start. Then I was just going to be like, okay, I was going to do it after work, but then I guess I started just coming down with something like all throughout my work, got the flu, so I got that. And today I just been in and out where, like that's why I got late on this call. I'm just like, okay, well, I'll catch this call at 2, and before I knew it was 2:05. And I'm like, oh man, so it's kind of like an up and down type thing.
I'll tell you something that will happen. Because this has happened to me a lot, you know, similar things to yourself, but with not with business necessarily, but with other things. So let's just say I wanted to do my miracle morning routine, and I was committed to doing it. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to start it on Monday, and you know, Monday comes and the kids have been up the night before, all through the night, and it's like, oh no, I can't do it now. And then I get frustrated, and then I say, right, well, it's Monday's gone now. Maybe I can do it tomorrow. Actually, no, I'll start it next week, and it just gives me a bit of time to kind of get my mind right. So then I wait till next week, and then a similar thing happens. Maybe I do 1 or 2 days, and then I get sick. And this has happened time and time again. It's quite frustrating. And that happened like 3, 4, 5 times. Different things would happen. I'd do a couple of days, and I wouldn't be able to finish the 10 days, or I'd something would happen with the kids. I'd be out or I'd be on holiday. We'd have visitors, and I could never do what I wanted to do. And I remember getting frustrated every time it happened, but eventually it worked out. You know, eventually I managed to make it work. And what tends to happen is you start to, it's normally what happens is either people drop out and give up completely, which is what normally happens. You know, if I've done it with my Tai Chi. I've been going to Tai Chi for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And then, you know, something came up the other night and I couldn't go. Lottie was late from her brownies lesson, which meant that I'd be late. Then there was traffic on the roads, another one. And I missed so many sessions. I just thought, you know, I can't do this at the moment. So, you know, that was something I probably have to give up temporarily. But something like the Miracle Morning or something like this, something that you start to become aware of all of the pitfalls and all of the problems and all the challenges and everything. It makes, certainly for me, it makes me more determined to somehow, everything I can control. Obviously you can't control being ill. That's definitely something, you know, that just comes along generally and gets us sometimes. But anything that I could control, it meant that I could stop, or I could be aware of might happen, and kind of create maybe, you know, I used to get up at 5 a.m. instead of to do my morning routine for a couple of hours, and I realized actually I can't do that. You know, 5 a.m. for me was quite tough, so I had to start getting up at 6, and then I just did half an hour. It just made it a bit easier. So I'm not sure if I've got a specific point to this, but it's more that whatever you're going through, stick with it for as long as you can. Keep being aware of the problems and the challenges and the pitfalls that you're facing, and at some point everything will go away and you'll be able to focus. You just got to kind of just be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'll keep focusing on getting that hammer down. But
yeah, just keep it in your awareness. Keep the focus. I've got to do this. I need to do this. I need to make a bit of time to write some content. And, you know, within, even if you just write, you know, 1 or 2 posts for the week, it's still better than none. Or even if you've been doing 1 or 2, maybe step up to 3 or 4 until eventually, you know, you get that bit under control. You just figure out a routine that works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree with that.
Cool. No, I'm with you. I support you 100%, and I appreciate the challenges you're going through, and I've been through them, some of them myself before. And you know, we've all got different. I'm interested in understanding what allows some people to get results and other people not to get results, and you know, I'm trying to uncover that. I think it's just human psychology at the end of the day, and it's just interesting. So yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
So have you got any questions, or are you pretty good with what we talked about the other day and just need to implement?
Yeah, pretty much just need to implement.
Okay, cool. Good. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, and hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
All right. Speak to you soon.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Sorry, I just unmuted you and muted you again. There you go. Amizicam. Let me just unmute you, unless you can do it yourself. Amizicam, can you hear me? Wave if you can. Oh, Musicam. Maybe not. I wonder if you've got a bit of a delay, very long delay. Can you hear me, Amizcam? Right, I'm just sending you a quick message in the chat. Okay, I'll just hang around for a sec. Alenka and Robin, can you hear me? Just wave if you can. I just want to make sure that, yeah, make sure it's not me that's got the issue. Okay. Let's just see if Amizcam replies. If not, then we'll wrap up. Amazing Cam, can you hear me? Okay, seems like there's a bit of a challenge there. Something, oh, she's dropped off. She was on and off, on and off, and on and off. So it must have been a challenge with the connection. Cool. Anybody else got anything you wanted to discuss briefly for the last 5 minutes, or are you pretty good? Pretty good. Okay, cool. Well, keep me informed. Go through the connecting. Oh, she says she can hear me. Weird. It's just posted in the group. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up there anyway. Yeah. All right. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks again. And if you need anything, let me know. All right. Take care. Bye.